Are you ready to get the next project rolling? This is going to be an awesome upgrade.
I'm so excited.
Awesome upgrade.
Yeah. Go show 'em.
So we should be about a week out from getting the well, which is going to make us, it's going to give us unlimited water essentially. But to go with that upgrade, we want to switch around our water tank. So the previous owner bought a cheap water tank that really isn't the best kind of tank for long-term freshwater storage. He like spray painted it brown to prevent some of the UV the light from coming in and algae growing and things like that, but it doesn't really work very well. And as you may know, we have a really high grade professional black tank, not black water, not black water, black tank that prevents a lot of algae. We had it for almost a year, maybe a little bit more than that. Zero algae in that thing. So what we want to do is flip the tanks. We want to use the water from the high grade black tank and move the other tank, the existing tank that we're using now, out further into the desert. We might use that like in a garden or something. So that's going to be the upgrade that we're doing in this video. And it is a ton of back-breaking work, but I think we're going to enjoy it. It's going to be safer. So yes, that black tank needs to go right there where that other tank is going. We might shift it a little bit off this way so we can build like a patio out here for a windbreak, but get that thing out of here, move that thing in its place, then we'll be good to go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start moving some rocks. All right, that was about, what, 45 minutes of concerted effort?
Yep.
You got all those rocks that were around here moved, as you can see back there.
Cap off the rainwater collection so we know what we're doing with that. And then get this tank ready to move over. So as soon as we are ready, as soon as we move this, we can put that tank in its place.
We'll just continue using this water for now. We're going to pump all of the water that's in here, which is good well water, temporarily into here. It's much smaller, but we don't have a lot left. So most of it will fit in there, then we might have some left over. We'll see.
We can hopefully roll this tank over there once we're ready for it.
That's right.
But to do that, have this ready, empty this tank, move it out of the way, use the tractor to hopefully push a little of the dirt to make it more level and raised where we want to put the tank, and that way we can roll this one over and get it connected, hopefully all within like one morning.
Otherwise we're out of water.
Otherwise we have no water in the house for a day. So we'd like to make sure we have everything prepped before we do that. So.
Ooh, I just completed step 2 of our water project, which is emptying the water that's currently in the black tank, although that's good well water because we got it from our neighbors, so we didn't want to waste it. So I used a transfer pump and pumped it into a temporary tank, but there was some left over, so we have pots of well water because we didn't want to waste it. But we're getting a well, so that totally wasn't necessary, but we did it anyway because we don't like to waste water, even when we will have virtually unlimited supply. Hopefully soon.
We're wearing out the pepper.
Yes. And welcome to day 2 of this project, and this is the day that we're going to just try to get it all done, knock it out. This is a Saturday, so we have all day. But if we don't get it right, we're not going to have water inside the house. So we need to do it. We need to do it right and maybe hope for some luck because we're not the handiest people. Anyway, the first step is to drain our current tank of water, and there's no other temporary holding tank. So we're just going to have to waste that water. There's some stuff growing in it anyway, so we don't really care about wasting that water. As you can see, I am pumping it out right now with our transfer pump. Then what we're going to do is sever the 1-inch PVC line that was underground that connected the 2 tanks and allow them to equalize water. And then actually do the move. So we might use that tractor to help us move that guy out of the way and move the black one in place and get that all hooked up. So hopefully by the end of the day, we will have a nice fresh water system with a nice high quality freshwater water tank. Yeah, freshwater water tank, freshwater holding tank, freshwater holding tank. All right, that worked so well. Just got the front loader of the tractor underneath the lip, and we just brought, well, it helped us tilt the tank up, and now we can just roll it hopefully into place. But before we do that, of course, we have to get this guy out of here, which will hopefully do the same exact procedure. We just finished emptying all the water, so let's move this tank now. That guy's in place. Now, this is the money shot. This is where we get that black tank right there. But check out how unlevel it was from the previous owner. It is so not even close to level.
I'm gonna grab my gloves.
Not even close to smooth. I mean, there's a big dip here, there's a rise there, there's a dip there, rise here, here. Good Lord. We're gonna do a little bit of work here, and then we're gonna get that guy into place and hopefully hook them all up.
Very good.
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Move that guy or roll him into place. So we just have to make sure that when he plops down, that 1-inch PVC system matches up with this guy, but it has to be off a little bit because we're not coming straight in anymore. So it needs to be a bit of an angle so it comes in at the side and then into the tank. Wow, it worked.
Okay.
So our next step, we need to connect this 1-inch PVC, not this junk, to that.
The first we need
So
to get this situated
this,
where we want it.
yeah, to that. So that means we have to rotate it a bit, make sure it lines up nicely. All right, so let's see if we can dry fit. I need to clean off this, but it's gonna go like here. And then the elbow is going to go on here like this. I think that's going to be perfect. Okay. This is way too long, obviously, but I mean, we just make a few cuts, trim this up. I think that's
going to work.
Look at that. Look at.
That's
it's
pretty
almost
good.
a straight shot.
Yep. That's
We're not
good.
going straight into here anymore because we already had this set up for equalization, but this is going to be just fine, and we can shut it off here. We can shut off the water here like it already is. Yeah, I think this is going to work great. And voila, we have our system. So we put in this 1-inch elbow, this 1-inch piece, this 1-inch coupler. This was already here. And of course you saw that this piece was already here. So we just did this little elbow that runs into the house from the tank. Pretty good.
I know. So now we just got to let that set up. And
Things went eerily, almost too well.
Yeah.
So
we will have to redo our rainwater collection.
yes,
But we have no chance of rain for the next month, so I think we have time. And we need to get water in this tank.
yeah. So now I can use that transfer pump that fresh well water that I pumped out yesterday. That's now in the white tank into this guy, and then we'll actually have water. Then I might go over to our neighbors and get another 200 gallons.
Just to hold us over until the well.
That's right. All right, this is looking good. I'm impressed.
We need to clean up this area a bit, but
yeah, like trim around the tarp and stuff, but those are details. Thank you, Mr. Tractor.
thank you, friends who
let
us use their tractor.
All right, let's get some water. The final test, we have everything hooked up, is to make sure the water actually works inside. Oh boy. We didn't screw everything up.
And it's not leaking outside, and yay! Now we don't have to worry about algae growth in our water anymore. I was sanitizing it.
You were bleaching or something. Right?
Yeah, with the right amount of bleach, like you would do an RV tank, and you can still drink it, but now we won't have to worry about it, which is really nice. And we don't need to have 2 tanks anymore because we're going to have the well, and so we can fill it up whenever we want.
And I just came back from my first run to our neighbors who were nice enough to let us use their well while they're out traveling a bit. So I'm probably going to do that again, get the tank about half full. That should hold us over for the next week or two until we get our well in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hold us over.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yay! More projects to come because we're already discussing moving that big brown tank somewhere else so that we can maybe rainwater collect into it and changing up our rainwater collection system and possibly extending our patio and
we're thinking we're still going to collect rainwater for a garden. So we're still not sure how that's going to work, but that's going to be future projects.
We'll do 4. Should probably be at the bottom.
Close the freezer.
Try it.
How'd it turn out?
Good. You want to try it?
Sure.
What you can do when it's just the 2 of you drinking.
Hey you. What are you doing?
She's like, what's Mama putting on the table?
All right, we're going to sit down and enjoy a nice watermelon margarita on the night where we got all of our water stuff done. We are good to go. All we need now is the well. And we've been waiting for months, literally months. So hopefully that comes next week. Hopefully. So anyway, we will see you next time. Hopefully with a well installation video. That's the hope.
What are we doing, girls?